The co-chair of Germany's far-right AfD has announced he's leaving the party. Jörg Meuthen has been co-leader of the AfD since 2015. He said he was upset with the party's extreme right wing, accusing it of rejecting basic democratic principles. We can talk now to DW Chief Political Editor Michaela Köffner in Berlin. Michaela, are critics right, who we just heard? Is this a resignation only to save his reputation, or is there more to it?
There certainly is more to it. I mean, he may have not that terribly much to lose anymore as he faces an investigation for potentially with the allegation of having accepted illegal party funds. Interestingly, from some of the same names that seem to appear on a list of donors for Alice Weidel, who is a co-leader in parliament and seen as very friendly to the extreme right wing of the AfD party. What Jörg Meuthen did try to do is 2 years ago he stood up and tried to steer the party back towards a less extreme, more centrist course. It's a spectacular resignation that we're seeing here today, but it is the recognition that he basically lost in his battle against co-leader Tino Kropala and Björn Höcke, who's seen as the most extreme end of the far-right AfD. And that's why we're also hearing some very, very tough rhetoric with Jörg Meuthen, after all, until just a short while ago, the co-leader of the party, accusing his party of being very close to, if not in part synonymous with neo-Nazis.
Michaela, put this in perspective for us, contextualize it. How much of a conflict with right-wing extremists is there within the AfD party?
Well, that sets the tone for any party gathering. In fact, it is part of the history. He is the third leader to resign over failing to steer the party back to the more centrist, conservative course. The far right won every single time. The big question is, how much further to the right will the AfD drift under this leadership that is very much open, that is not drawing any red lines? And how much of an opportunity is this now for Angela Merkel's Conservatives, now led by a new leader, Friedrich Merz, who wants to clinch back those voters who went to the far-right AfD. Now, if this is clearly going into a more extremist course, the AfD probably has maxed out on how many votes it can get. That's what the last elections proved. They didn't increase their share. They're no longer the strongest opposition party, and they may now be fighting an uphill battle to deflect from the fact that they are drifting towards the extremist right.
DW Chief Political Editor Michaela Köffner, thank you.